We are back. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Well,
no drum roll. I want a proper drum roll, not dun-dun-dun-dun.
Those are special effects. Hollywood level. Hollywood level special effects.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very special, those special effects. But yes, I never left, but we, plural, are back.
Good morning, bonjour, bonsoir. How are you all? Have you been? Have you missed me? I have missed you immensely. Kedu? Inagejia?
You didn't come up with your word of the day, yeah?
Greeting
day.
Greeting of the day. I don't have one. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
4 weeks off.
I don't have one.
You know, that's what happens now. It's like, I didn't come up with the greeting of the day.
Let me think. What
Let me
language?
see.
Yeah, no, I've given you Nangadov. Yes, that's Senegal. What else? No, I don't have a new greeting of the day. I'll have one hopefully next week. Have you all been? You send me your new greeting of the day if you have one. Any language. Put it there. Let us know. Reverse psychology in action. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, you send me your... No.
Send me yours if you have it. Come on.
What did you do on your...
a team.
On your 4.5 or nearly 5 weeks off?
It was just 4 weekends.
It was longer than that.
Really? Nope. Just 4 weekends, my love.
It was 5.
You had thank you, Dr. Jackson, and the team from the... Oh, what's the name of the charity now? Thank you for holding the fort, the show. Thank you all for engaging. Yes, and they had their event, and they sent us feedback that it went so well. People were blessed, and a whole new partners and donors joined the charity and the cause. And we then had Comfy Comfort with the lovely headpieces.
Millinery.
Oh my goodness! I don't think I've had so much fun doing a show like I had doing that show. And of
really?
It was fun.
Really? It's fun? You've not had so much fun?
That was fun. Nothing was required of me. I was there. Yes. It was so laid back, easy. It was. There was no demand on me. So I loved it. Apart from the fact that, of course, I loved every headpiece. And I got one. She gifted me with one.
You're too sure how to take that.
But, darling, I've been back on the show a minute. Don't take it personal. It was an easy, laid back show. Nothing. I needed to prepare nothing. There was no demand on me. It was just like, it was fun. It was like hanging out with a friend. That's what it was like, and it was fun in a different way. So when there's a demand, I'm not trying to say I don't have fun with you.
That's exactly what I was wanting you to say.
You're more confident than that. Come on. Please, all right.
Just checking.
How many weeks away from me? You're already getting.
Yeah.
What's that cabin jitters?
Just checking. Fun. I would say.
I have fun
on the fun rate.
I can have fun with others. Darling.
We rate.
Yes. You
9.9 on the Richter scale.
But I can have fun with others as well.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but you got defensive about it for a minute.
The most amount of
that
fun.
That was lovely, and to comfort. Thank you for my headpiece. Thank you so much. Maybe one of these days I'll dress up just for the sake of it so you can see the one she gifted me. Thank you so much. And ladies, of course, Ascot is just round the corner. Don't forget to engage with her. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the
all the hats.
We talked about all things headgear, and we didn't talk about the hats.
Nothing to do with that, I mean, this would be ideal for Ascot.
For Ascot, would it? No, I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can. It's a hat.
No, you can't. You can't. There are rules, and that's why even with the ladies one, it got crazy the way.
So I just thought of something. So Comfy Comfort needs to design a baseball cap that will get you into Ascot. There you go. That's my challenge.
Okay, well, I know she's listening.
And I'm sticking to it.
Okay, she's listening. She don't think she shies away from challenges. And following her, we then had the man of the moment, the one who follows right after his father, the one who has so many names, he can't remember all of them. Too long to mention, as he says.
I thought you were talking about me then.
I was talking about your son. Don't get jealous again about, oh my goodness, what is this? I've been back a minute. Why are you quarreling?
You know.
I'm talking about the one and only Alistair V. And that show was, he was talking about, what was it again? Bands.
Yeah.
I never knew you could take bands to that level.
Yeah,
but
things that have been banned.
Yes, it was
ice cream being banned.
Yes, and can you imagine after social hours? After what I think, like I said in my comments on that day, I said Milan is very bourgeois, and I can understand, especially the few times I've been there, especially during with the fashion season, that whole season, the town is literally run over, and a lot of the older residents, used to get, and it's as busy as the city is, it's got a lot of suburbs really close to it, and when the city is busy, we would have to look for hotels out in the suburbs. And I remember the taxi drivers then will always say to us to keep the noise down when we were going in and out at late hours. So I could relate to that, coming from that part of the world. And then you did the recap actually before the doctor came. So it was the recap, it was the doctor and her assistant, it was Comfy Comfort, then it was Alistair,
worship mix,
and then it was the
worship
mix. So you are correct. I've been gone for 5 weeks, but it didn't feel that long though. It didn't. It didn't. I think because what did I do? I don't know what I did. I tried to rest, but I didn't achieve it because again, I wear many hats. So whilst I'm off here, I get to try and zero in on some other things.
You know what we should have done? I was thinking about we should have done a few shows, maybe like a speciality show.
Like?
I don't know, maybe just to have a speciality show, something that is like a speciality thing, like maybe the kitchen one. We could have done the kitchen one to start off with, just a special kitchen show.
You always entice our listeners. We always do this. We'll start off the kitchen, but we just don't get around because our kitchen is an awkward shape. And the way it is, I guess, I don't know, we'll have to do a dry run, but you know what? There is so much to talk about. We digress as always. Let's kick the show off. Let's kick it off. I've got nothing in national news, no international news. I've left that to Alistair for a while. Of course, the local elections. If you were involved, if you voted, kudos. Did you get who you wanted? The local elections, does it translate to the national results? I kept asking everyone who I know voted, and I hear the responses definitely no. If I voted for this party, my local elections, I would not be voting for them on the national level. So is that your stance? That's the only comment I have. And are you happy with your local MP and what they're servicing you, etc., etc.? Think about it, because if you're giving your votes to these people, then you need to really look into their manifesto. This time around, I was very, very strict and rigid, and I was not having it. If I didn't, I wasn't going to vote for the sake of voting. Anyhow, moving on from there, events in London. Summer is summering. Spring has finally sprung. Forget the rain, forget the fog in the morning, but the sun is out. The trees, flowers are finally in bloom. Are you enjoying the sun? All week I worked out outside in the backyard, so I'm loving it. However little, in small doses, I'm taking it. So just take it. Events in London. I was looking for special stuff, especially for the children, knowing that half term is round the corner again and bank holiday is round the corner again. I found this place, best things to do in London. Put in
that website, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That website has so many interesting stuff for adults, couples, children, free stuff. because
It does.
I remember when my kids were younger, I was always looking for free stuff I could do with them, not stuff that would, break the bank, because you had to buy the travel to go wherever you were going to, the food, the snacks, then pay for tickets to go into wherever. So I was always looking for, and I worked with a lady who was so good at it. At the end of term, she would roll out all these ideas to us. Ladies, for the children, free stuff, pottery, you name it, butterfly scenes, all sorts, roll doll house, so many. Look at this website. You've got lots of interesting stuff. So you can plan the next bank holiday for the children, or the stuff there for even couples. Then there's I saw the outdoor cinema thing, and I thought I'd mention that to you because I haven't been to one in.
Is it like a drive-through?
Yes, in Yonks.
That's kind of cool.
The last time I went to one was in Los Angeles, and that was when I was a kid. So, no, Yonks. I love to go to one here.
You sit in your car
and you
watch the movie.
And they've got a collection of oldies, kind of, just up my street. Right, and of course, loads of Western shows, musicals. The MJ one is the one I've said I want to go to see. But
hint, djvalf. hint.
I'm looking for tickets, so I'm not relying solely on you to find it. I'm looking.
Yeah.
I've got one of my colleagues. I've commissioned her to please, because she's good at this thing. I'm looking.
Well, I'll do you one better than that.
Tell me.
So I had a guest on here,
Tyrone.
He actually was involved in the Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, man.
And will he?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him.
Really shake body.
We're asking him and see what it is. But
because I love MJ. Sorry, but I do love MJ. I love his music.
Everybody loves MJ.
I love his music.
To be honest, so.
Is this a good time to kick into our next subject, or should we take a break?
We can take a break because we have the power of pressing the button. So let us press the button. Hey. Oh, that's just me and that's just us. There we go. We are back and back again. Guess who's back? We didn't do that Guess Who's Back video thing.
Well, it's all right. It's you've become accustomed to me now, so it's all right.
Sorry.
Eating within the seasons, vegetables and fruits. So next week I'll unpack that a bit more. It's years ago we used to eat in the seasons, years and years ago. So in the summer you knew these were the fruits and vegetables you would get. In the autumn and the winter you knew, but now things are all year round. But if you're still like me, that in the summer there's certain things you start looking out for: watermelon, some fruits. We'll unpack a bit more of that next week. Time is fast spent. Let's get into our subject matter for today. Still, as I promised, staying on our pillars of values to help us become better people, I've picked the subject of none other but contentment. Another old-fashioned word which we don't hear all the time. Took you by surprise.
Yeah, it did.
What were you expecting?
I thought you were going to do something else then. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I know I said we'll do the vegetables, but time is fast spent, and there's a lot to talk about in contentment. What is contentment to you? What is it to you? When you hear the word contentment, what does it connote to you?
It means being happy with what you've got.
Being happy with what you have. Any more explanations? Yeah, you're very right.
Being content, being satisfied.
Yes, I like that word, satisfied.
Yeah, content, satisfied.
Yep.
You're at a place of peace, if you want to.
Okay.
Take it a little
even
bit
better.
further.
Yes, even better. So the Dalai Lama, who is, I really like his writings and I like his work. As a person. I like him. I do. So he says, if one's life is simple, contentment has to come with that simplicity. And it's extremely important for happiness. For happiness to thrive, having few desires, a feeling of being satisfied with who you are, what you are, and with what you have is very vital. Satisfaction with just enough food, clothing, shelter to protect yourself from the elements, and just with yourself. That's what he says. Now, there's another man I like, Robin Sharma. I don't know if any of you know him.
Nope.
He's the author of the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Nope.
So I got introduced to Robin Sharma and one of my former, with an organization I worked years ago. They were very into people development and anchoring you on purpose in order to attain success. So we used to have this quotes of the week that would be circulated, and most times it would always be from, or even it would be either written or audio, and it will always be most times from this gentleman. So I read the book because it was and we had a library in the office as well, which you could borrow books there and read, and it belonged to the organizations. So I read the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and Robin Sharma says, contentment, the process of contentment is like a beautiful garden in your mind. And that for contentment to thrive, you have to watch it, tend it carefully, watch it by tending your thoughts. You allow into your mind, when you let your garden get polluted by way of letting your thoughts get strayed with worries and anxieties, you waste mental energy, and then this causes long-term temporary damage to either your creativity, your motivation, and your general well-being. That upsets the state of contentment. So he describes contentment as a garden of the mind. He describes it as a location, and you then have to think of it that way. And the Dalai Lama uses examples of your own physical, your possessions, etc., because again, he's a monk. So some will say,
I guess if you only have if you've only got one car to worry about in your house, you know it's different. Or you've got no car to worry about, only a bicycle. It's just oiling, tires, chains, etc.
Yeah, that's why I said some may say, well, he's a monk, what does he know? But think about it.
Is that so? Are you saying? Are you intimating that maybe our lives are too complex?
Oh yes, I'm not even intimating. That is a fact. It's a known fact. Many of us, our lives are way too complex, and doesn't need to be so. But this is a discussion, so let's go in deeper. We all struggle with the choice or the real deal of contentment, and when we have
say real deal olive,
no, real deal olive. Let's leave my personal preference out of this one. With what we have and what we're pursuing in life, in contrast to desire, which desire can motivate us to realize our potential and achieve our goals. Contentment, on the other hand, with our present circumstances, can bring calm and, like you said, satisfaction. The key word to contentment is it sits at the same junction with satisfaction. The contrast being, of course, that contentment and ambition now create a dichotomy. Do I Do I become less ambitious because I'm content? Can we strike a balance with ambition, drive, and contentment? Let's go a bit deeper. Ambition is the desire to do something deeper, higher than where you are. The Bible calls it coming up hither. Come up. Attain a bit more.
Okay.
Don't be satisfied with where you are. So the Bible tells us about contentment. The Bible also tells us about contentment. And Paul writes very eloquently in most of his books about being contented, that I've learned to be content with much and to be content with less.
Abase and abound.
Exactly. You know, he's saying that his joy and satisfaction comes from the Lord. So the Bible talks about that state of satisfaction, being satisfied in God being your source, your provider, being satisfied in the hope that you have. But the Bible also tells us to come up hither. The Bible also talks about excellence. So it's that dichotomy that sometimes I see people struggle with. These two states frequently clash. Yes.
True.
Striving for more can result in tension, fatigue, discontent, while being content can result sometimes in perhaps complacency. You know, and a lack of zeal, perhaps.
Motivation.
Yes, it's how do you strike that balance? So the value conflict of being content versus ambition. I'll just pull out a few. Again, your opinion, your views on the postcard. Let us know what you think. Between materialism versus spiritualism, while striving for financial prosperity is frequently the result of ambition, being content then is mainly seen to promote spiritual development and contentment. Is that true? Is that true?
Spiritual development.
Being content is then seen as just promoting spiritual development. Is that true? I disagree.
No, I don't think that's true.
We're throwing this out. Let's discuss it. Come on, fill me in. Altruism versus selfishness. Whilst ambition can make you sometimes self-centered because you're zeroed in, you're focused on what you need to get done. Does it then mean that because being goal-focused, being goals-oriented and goal-centered, does that then mean that contentment then brings an altruistic attitude in life, whereby I'm just happy where I am? You know? Talk to me. What do you think?
I think that's a choice that you need to make.
Okay.
Because as you're saying, I was just thinking about it. There's different levels that you can. So, say for example, I'm thinking of like the Queen of England.
We love the Queen here. We always use her as examples.
You know, God bless her and whatever. But there's nothing more that you can be as a queen. Really, that's the highest point of everything. Let's just say within the UK. So you're not going to be anything higher than that. So where would that sit with her? You know, you can't say, it's not like before they said, we want to conquer a country. You can't do that anymore. You have to, you know, you've got United Kingdom of Great Britain, you've got the Commonwealth, so you don't really
So she's done all this conquering. Now in her later years before she passed, did she become complacent because she was content? Or could we say she's always been a content person?
No, so there was this whole thing about the new face of the monarchy, wasn't it? The young royals and all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of people that would say, even if you own a Fortune 500 company, you could always go better. You could always go higher. You could always be, top of their game.
It's the balance we're talking about. Can both of them exist in the same room? Can they exist in the same place?
It's hard for you to find I'm an Apple enthusiast. So, I've read Steve Jobs'
book.
Yeah, biography. And, after reading the book, I found out that he was so driven that he just wasn't a nice person.
Yep.
I don't know if he was content with the things that he did, or, and I guess it depends what your motivation is. If your motivation is to excel at all costs.
Beautiful. You've jumped 3 steps ahead. So I'm going to stop you there. Let's then talk about, very quickly, competition versus teamwork. That's one. Those are questions I'm still throwing out. We're coming to how to resolve the value conflicts. We're coming there. That's where motivation comes in. Our desire to succeed frequently pushes us to compete and outperform others, which was where he was. Remember? He got rid of his partner, etc., etc. A deal he had with the Oracle guy, that went sour because he wanted more control. So that's a perfect example. Whereas contentment here can encourage teamwork. If you're content, you're not then looking for your own glory. You're looking for an overall common objective.
Oh, I got a perfect example of that.
Tell me.
Michael Jordan.
That's it. Michael was so good. That's it. And I watched that documentary with you guys.
Yeah.
He was so good, but he needed his team players.
Yeah.
He needed his team players. And so the diverse awards he got wasn't always for his individual, what's that thing?
The MVP.
Yes, it wasn't always for that. It was also for being a good team player. So a sport, we see that as well played out in soccer. Yes.
Yeah, after a while, it's not about your personal.
No, it's not.
It's as a team.
No.
You need to.
That's it.
Good documentary, by the way.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, no, I can't remember the name. I'm sorry.
Language is a bit salty sometimes in there, but it was really, that was a fantastic example of you thinking that you're winning and you're getting MVPs. I mean, not to digress, but Michael Jordan would go into a match and he would score 60, 70 points for his own team. That is a phenomenal point.
Yeah.
And then after all that, when it comes to the championships, they would lose.
Yeah.
And it's only when he changed his mindset about making
that
sure
this is not
that
about me.
The team need to do stuff as well.
Yeah, and they began to relearn how they worked as a team, work things around him, albeit, but still. Right, moving on quickly.
Sorry.
How to resolve the value conflicts between being content and ambitious, because he was a man who was content. He was content because, albeit later in his life, but he did become very content.
Yeah, after he won the championships back to back, he was kind of all right.
Another person who's in sports who was actually very content from day dot, who we watched his documentary as well, was Big Shaq. Big Shaq was a very content person.
I haven't watched his stories. I don't know.
Can you watch it with us? Oh, it must have been Alistair and I then. There was a documentary on him as well. And from a very young age, when he began to make money and look after his family, he said that was what drove him. That just seeing his family happy, that was his drive. So if at the end of the game, his family was happy, he got to pay the bills, and when I mean family, I mean the extended family, not just his immediate family, his mom, his everyone. Yes. Okay. So that, you see, so we've got practical examples of men. We may not know their inner heart, but just from what has been documented, we can see that they managed to strike that balance. Somebody will say, well, they were able to strike the balance because they were making the money. Again, the Dalai Lama tells us contentment is not about money. Because there are people who have ill health. They've got all the money. The ill health has made them not content. Moving on, how do we resolve the value conflicts between contentment and ambition? Finding out what you value most. Again, this is why I came to this subject, because I feel this year, if we gain nothing, if nothing is awoken in us this year, let it be our value system. Where are you pitching your tent, as I say? What's of most value to you will help you make decisions that are consistent with your views, your ambitions, your targets, your goals, etc. Consider your true priorities and how they connect to your ambition or your contentment. So if this thing isn't gelling with your ambition, as rich as your ambition is, you're happy to walk away from it because you're sticking to your value system that is informing your contentment. Find a balance. I've just put a few points down how we can resolve this conflict. I'm going to run through them quickly. Even if we need to unpack them a bit more next week, we'll do so. Find a balance. 1, aim. You can aim high. You know what? I'll just reel through the topics and we'll unpack them in detail next week.
Go for it.
Find a balance. 2, set reachable and realistic goals. We've talked about this, smart, measurable, make it realistic, all of that. Make it attainable. We've talked about this again. Like I said, when you begin to discuss responsibility, integrity, respect, you find because they have to do with your value, the elements interlink. The language is almost similar. Embrace gratitude. We had a whole show on gratitude. Embrace gratitude. So I'm trying to pull it all in so we remind ourselves that these things, we talked about them, but they're all interlinked. Focus on your intrinsic, deep-rooted motivation. What is it that motivates you? Why do you get up and go to bed? A lady was talking to me, why do you get up in the morning and what makes you go to bed at night? Aiming to do better the next day. She's telling me about her young children. And I said to her, I'm sure sometimes you wonder what my life was like before I had this children. She goes, you know what? I don't even remember what that life was like. That's it. She's motivated now by doing right by her children, making sure she leaves a legacy for her children. So her decisions, where she works, what she does, X, Y, Z, all motivated by her children. Is it internal? Is it external? Is it what's your passion? Are you taking pleasure in your success, or are you taking pleasure in, like our dear Mr. Jobs, cutting out others and being the number one, so you're the only one at the top? What is it that drives you? Now, in summary, people who have high levels of ambition can also be content with their current situation at any point. And they are more likely, those who at any point say, if they attain this level, good, I'm happy at this point, I've attained it. They also can be content with that. And there are many studies, there are many statistics. Like I said, we will unpack this in more detail next week.
Well done. Is it time for the shout outs then?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. It's been such a long time, even I'm getting out of rhythm. We'll be back with shout out. We are back. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Let's do our shout outs. Let's start off with happy birthday to 2 favorite people that you like. That was their birthdays. The twins.
Oh, lovely. Happy birthday.
Cece and Jojo was their birthday.
When?
Sometime in the week.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact day. But
happy birthday, gorgeous ladies.
It was their birthday.
Maybe some of these birthdays, if we could know them in advance, we just post their picture. Yeah.
Well, Facebook is good at telling you when someone's birthday is. So no reason why not. It was Dave P's birthday as well. Uncle Dave P. UGN Jam. Shouts going out there to Dave. It was his birthday. I think that was the last week as well. Not sure. Anyone else's birthday you remember? No? Okay. No? Time for your shout outs.
My Sunday school children, I do their shout outs Sundays. If you're new to joining us, you're welcome.
Shout out to Auntie Hawa.
Auntie Awa is not new. Or just shout out to her.
I just said shout out. It's not new. I'm just saying shout out.
Shout out, Auntie.
Sanu, Yaya
yes,
Sanu. Yeah, you the Ike. Yaya Giri.
Shout out, Auntie Awa. Shout out, good to see you.
Yaya Abinchi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is?
Something about food. Abinchi's food, isn't it? You know, me too. I too know some Hausa. Yes, thank you. Good to see you looking nice, healthy, and fit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Shout out to all of you.
Yeah, all of these guys that come on
all
week
of
in and
you.
week out.
But mostly, if you're new, because we've had a few new joiners in the past few weeks. You are welcome. You are in very, very good company. The show will not be the same without you. We value your comments. Thank you so much for taking the time to join the live chat. Thank you so much. Let's start with the old listeners, and when I mean old, this is the long time listeners and viewers.
djvalf.
Yes, shout out to you. Thank you, Don Valentino, for holding the fort in my absence. Thank you. The show will not be the same without you.
This matter very, very seriously.
Listen, Mr. Kunle, you've unleashed a monster. Everybody calls him Don Valentino.
Even at work now, I've started signing Valentino. One of my colleagues say, "Hey, Don Valentino." I said, "You take care of me, I take care of you."
This scratching back business is just where he's loving his new nickname. However, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. The gifted and the talented. The radio DJ with the mostest. Well done. Thank you. We appreciate you. King swag. Oh, that's kingdom swag. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for holding the fort. Thank you, Alistair, my darling, for despite his hectic schedule, he came out of the bunker. Thank you for holding the fort as well. Thank you all. So our long time viewers,
all of you guys,
all of you. The names are too long now. I will miss out some names and it will not be fair. You know yourselves. Those who engage in the live chat, thank you. The live chat, like I always say, needs the show on its own. It's just beautiful. Thank you for our new joiners. Thank you for those who are just listening but not live in chatting it. Thank you. Thank you for the background listeners. Thank you for those who go and watch and listen on demand. Someone said to me, "Oh yes." I said, "Do you watch the show?" She goes, "Of course, yes. I don't do it on Saturday, but I go and watch on demand or listen on demand." Thank you for those of you who do that. Thank you, because we then see the viewership go up during the week. So thank you so much. Again, like and share. If you've been blessed by it, bless somebody else by it. If you've been blessed, so we are blessed to be a blessing. Okay, please do me that favor, because it doesn't make sense if it's just us that are enjoying whatever we're gaining from here. Please like and share it. Your friends, your family, your colleagues, your enemies, your dogs, your cats. Share the link. That's how we can reach each one. Whatever change we hope to make, we can then do it one person at a time. We may never get the platform of CNN, we may never get the platform of thousands at a time, but if one at a time, each of us does this, then we can make a difference and perhaps begin to revitalize and revive what the needful is in many people's lives, or perhaps even what's lacking in some people's lives. And they go, "Oh, I never thought about it that way. Oh, I never thought about it that way." This is the only way to do it. Thank you so much. And to all our partners, our sponsors, thank you so much.
All of you guys.
All of you. You know yourselves. Muchas gracias. Muchas. And what else?
That's pretty much it.
That's it. Thank you for all the parts of the continent, from wherever you're logging in or listening in. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your custom. Signing again. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not content until you sign it.
Adios, muchachos. We see you next week. Bye.
You can't say bye-bye without pronouncing the blessing. May the good Lord keep you. It's been 5
That's not
weeks.
what you
He's
say.
missed
You
that.
say-
He's missed that. May the good Lord keep you.
Say something
May
else.
He shine His countenance upon you. Be the change that you want to be. Do not render evil for evil. Let the peace of the Lord, which surpasses all understanding, be upon you and all that concerns you, in Jesus' name.
Amen.